So good day everyone and welcome to our subject Contemporary, Popular and Emergent Literature. So supposed to be this is the orientation regarding the subject matter. So let me just give you some gist on how or why we have this kind of course, which is the Contemporary, Popular and Emergent Literature. So in the K-12 transition program has brought about significant changes in the English education courses of the higher education institution, or what you call the HEI. So this learning module entitled The Contemporary, Popular and Emergent Literature is in accordance with the provision of the Commission on Higher Education Memorandum Order CMO number 75 series of 2017. So this course provides pre-service English teachers with opportunities to acquire extensive reading backgrounds in literature and allied fields needed in the understanding and evaluation of critical issues in contemporary and popular literature and genres. So this course allows them to demonstrate their research-based content knowledge and its relevance in the teaching learning process using various methods of literary analysis. So for today's orientation, I will just give you a gist of the coverage of this subject and the rules and regulations and the guidelines and the policies that we have to follow or we have to do in order to pass this subject. So let us now proceed to chapter 1, which is the contemporary literature. So in this chapter we will reflect on in the existing in existing developments in society and culture. So in this chapter, we will tackle about the fiction and how it can be interpreted and evaluated. So it will also discuss the different types and elements of fiction. So the students will develop a sense of comprehension about the issues and challenges in the contemporary literature. So in lesson 1, which is the interpreting evaluating fiction, so we will explain here the characteristics, the types and elements of fiction, and interpret and evaluate the fiction. Next, in lesson 2, we have types and elements of fiction. In here, we will explain the characteristics, the types and elements of fiction, and interpret it as well. In lesson 3, we have the Introduction to Contemporary Literature. So in here, we will study about the contemporary literature, the characteristics of contemporary literature, and at the same time, the history of the contemporary literature. In lesson 4, we have the issues and challenges in contemporary literature. So we will identify the issues and challenges in the contemporary literature and explain the development in genres in contemporary literature. On chapter 2, we have the popular literature. So this contains writings that are intended for the masses and those that find favor with large audiences. So in this chapter, the students must acquaint themselves with the nature and appeal and social functions of popular literature. So it will also talk about the characteristics and the different issues and challenges of the popular literature. So let's start with the lesson 5, which is the introduction to popular literature. So we will acquaint ourselves with the nature, the appeal, and social functions of the popular literature. In lesson 6, we have the popular literature genres. So we will describe the characteristics of the popular literature and we will differentiate the popular from contemporary literature genres. Next is lesson 7, the issues and challenges in popular literature. So we will react on issues and challenges in popular literature and conduct a critical analysis between contemporary and popular literature. So after the lesson 7, we will have our midterm examination. So the coverage of our midterm is from lesson 1 up to lesson 7. So in chapter 3, this is the coverage of the final examination, which is the emerging literature. So this is an integration of the traditional and technological drives form of literature. So this chapter will tackle about the different emerging genres of literature in the 21st century. So the issues and challenges in an emerging literature and the interrelationship of contemporary and popular emergent literature. So lesson 8, we have the introduction to emerging literature. So we will determine new emerging genres of literature and discuss the elements and characteristics of these genres. In lesson 9, we have the issues and challenges in emerging. So we will examine the characteristics of new emerging genres of new literature and discuss issues and challenges in emerging literature. In lesson 10, the interrelationship of contemporary, popular, and emergent literature. So we will discuss the relationship among contemporary, popular, and emergent literature and analyze the interconnectedness among literatures like contemporary, popular, and emergent literature. And now we will have our final examination. So the coverage of our final examination starts from chapter 1 up to lesson 10. So in today's orientation, the first question is, what is the mode of learning? So we will use the online platforms. So in here, we have the quiz, attendance, and performance. Midterm and final examinations will be evaluated and monitored through using online platforms. So we will use Google Forms, Messenger, and YouTube. So in Google Forms, I will send you the link of the quiz and the midterm and final examination through the use of Google Forms. So make sure you installed and you have your Gmail account with you because it is needed to operate in the Google form. Now we will use Messenger in our official communication. So whatever your concerns, your questions, clarifications, you must send it in our official group chat. And YouTube, we will use YouTube in sending you the recorded discussion. So I will send you the link of the recorded discussion, and you must watch and study. And the performance activity is also provided at the end of the video. Next is, what will you do as a student? So you will religiously attend the online class in order to pass the subject. And the schedule of an online class will consume of 1 hour, 30 minutes discussion, and 30 minutes quiz. So this usually not happen in the reality. So actually, the recorded discussion consume 30 minutes to 1 hour. So for example, I will send you the link of the recorded discussion. I will give you time to study and watch it. And then maybe the next day or after 2 days, I will send you the link of your quiz. So study and pass the exams and quizzes. And if you have sickness or illness that prohibits you to use the online platform, you have to coordinate with your teacher. So in case you have illness or sickness that you cannot use any gadgets or technologies because of your condition, please contact me in advance so we can agree on what activities or other supplementary learning materials I can provide in order for you to pass the subject. Next, this is the grading system. So 50% coming from the midterm and 50% coming from the finals, total of 100%. So 25% coming from the quizzes and 25% for midterm examinations. And 25 same as for finals, 25% for quizzes and 25% for final examination. So if you don't have any quizzes or you don't take any quizzes, so you lose 25% of your grade. Next is, these are my rules. So number 1 is follow my instructions intently, attend the class regularly, and after the discussion, there is always a quiz. So please expect that if I send you the link of the recorded discussion after tomorrow or 2 days, I will send you the link of your quiz. So the midterm and final examination consists of 100 items. These are the multiple choice questions. And then I'm very strict with the schedules and deadlines. So this is happen usually when I give you the performance activity. So you must submit on or before the deadline of the submission. And then all communications will be communicated only using our official messenger group chat. So no personal message. So I want to remind everybody, I don't know if you are my previous students, I don't really reply back when it is sent personally to my personal account. So I just accommodate communication when it is sent through the official group chat. So again, I am begging everyone. So please, if you have questions, you have clarifications, you have concerns, please send it in our official group chat for proper identification. Okay? No personal message, please. Next, what happened if you didn't get quiz, midterm, or final examination on the set schedule? So when quiz, you have to wait for the announcement of your teacher if she will give you a chance to take a quiz. So I want you to know this, that when you miss a quiz, I don't give second chance. If I give you the schedule of the quiz, you have to attend, you have to prepare your internet connection or whatever it is just to take the quiz. I want to remind everybody then na the quiz will take you 15 to 30 minutes of your time. So if you have appointment or whatever, I scheduled the quiz ahead of time. So please give some time to take the quiz. So with one midterm and final examination, you have to wait for the announcement of special exam schedule. So I give second chance to those who cannot make it to take the midterm and final examination. I call that the special exam schedule. And that's all for today's orientation. So those are the coverage of the course. And those are my rules. So I hope you understand and I hope you follow all my instructions. So you have any complaints, you have questions, so please do so. Please chat it in our official group chat. So welcome everybody for this semester and see you guys. God bless everyone.